I am so very lucky to have a group of friends that I've known since high school. And the best way to explain about this group of people is to show you some pictures. These pictures were taken after college. This is Ron. We're at his parents' house. There's Terry in the background, and you can't really see. Ron's mom is in the kitchen, at the kitchen table with some of her friends, because she knows that this is going to be a very entertaining party. Here is my friend Tom in the middle of a very complex explanation. And here is Alan. When we were in high school and the group decided that we needed to be a fraternity, he's the one that studied the Greek alphabet to come up with the name for our fraternity. And that name was I Felt a Thigh. This is Terry in the foreground, and the guy behind the lights is Neil. He's the keyboard operator and owner of Oreo Speedwagon. This next picture shows Ron again with his wife Fran. And this next picture, obviously Alan is getting tired of me taking pictures. And quite frankly, I'm amazed that he used all his fingers here. Then all of a sudden, there's a commotion in the kitchen, and who bursts in but the hunchback Santa? Now the hunchback Santa goes around and pays a great deal of attention to all the girls, and is as extremely rude as possible to the guys. And in this picture, yes, boys and girls, there is a noise and a smell associated with this picture. Now, when the hunchback Santa is getting ready to leave, he happens to look over at the kitchen table and happens to see his wife's divorce lawyer sitting at the table. Oh, man. Things settle down a little bit here. And here's Neil and one of Ron's sisters. And here's another picture of Neil with Jan. Now Jan was the high school darkroom assistant. Here Neil is explaining to John that he just can't believe how good Jan looks. And of course John is giving Neil some very valuable advice. And Alan here turns around and says, "Oh, please." So Jan and Neil start demonstrating proper high school darkroom technique. And now, for some reason, Neil refuses to get off the couch. Okay, now we are 15 years down the road, and we're at Frank's house with another get-together around Christmas time. And this is Frank's little girl, and John's here, and Neil is here. And Tom shows up a little bit later. And then Kent walks in with his new girlfriend. Of course, here we are sitting around the table. Kent brought some pictures that I took a few years back, and we're all looking at them, and wanting John to explain why he is dancing with his first wife, sort of like in a chorus line, in their underwear. As John starts into a long explanation, somebody announces that it's silly hat time. And I asked, what does that mean? He goes, well, Frank collects antique clothes, and he has a collection of almost everything. So he hands out a bunch of old hats. And the idea is that our group here is going to put on all these silly hats and get on the stairway, and Kent's girlfriend here, who I hand my camera to, is going to take our picture. So everybody puts their silly hats on and marches up the stairs, and several weeks later I get the film back, and this is what I see. They got me again. I'm the only one wearing a silly hat. So I take a much closer look at this picture to see who the perpetrators might be. And it looks to me like it's good old John. And of course Kent might have had something to do with it, but it's definitely John. Here is Ricky and John, and Ricky is expressing my exact thoughts. Now you have an idea of what this group is like, and of course there's several people that I do not have pictures for, but you have a really good idea of the creativity and the originality of this group of people all the way back from high school. And I am so lucky to know these people.